So, hey guys, I've never done a proper video with my face in it. I've only done drone stuff so far, a little bit of camera with my guitar playing, so this is kind of new to me. I'm not very good at speaking to a camera. I'm good at speaking at all. I stutter my way through words and I mess a lot of things up, but I thought I bought a new tripod, the Vanguard 3 Plus VEO, the Vanguard VEO 3 Plus 263 AB aluminium tripod with a ball head, an innovative multi-angle central column. I have that on my screen. I've just read it off of it. I have it here. It's arrived just today. Unfortunately I was out most of the day, so I only have just gotten to it now. It is, as of time of recording, 22 minutes past 8 at night, so I am currently getting the last of the light, but I'm going to open the tripod, give it a quick review, and then over the next coming days I'm going to take it out, do some location stuff, probably like long exposures with water, maybe some night stuff, depending how the weather is, it just all depends, and then I'll finish off with my thoughts in the end of this video, which will be a different day. So we'll see how it is. So here we are. Kind of heavy. Vanguard VEO 3 Plus 263 AB. The box design's pretty good actually. Got the features in different languages. It says features: versatile multi-angle central column, MACC. Multi-mount capability with MA1 provided. No idea what MA1 is. Leg that converts to monopod. I saw that. I thought that was a pretty good idea actually. I don't know what I personally would use a monopod for, but I can imagine if you're a wildlife photographer or something and you're wanting to get a shot of, I don't know, an osprey. I know a guy that does that. Might use that. Large, 15 kilograms / 33 pound load capacity. Blah blah blah. It was all pretty good actually. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and open this up. While I'm opening this up, I do want to just stress I am not in any way or shape or form sponsored by Vanguard. However, I will disclose that I have gotten a 30% off code for this tripod. I got that from Ben Hurst, who runs Tayside in Pictures. I'll link his YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, all the stuff down there in the bottom, because he gave me advice on tripods and things. He recommended what I should buy, and he gave me his code at the end, which was 30% off, so I cannot thank him enough. Please go check him out, because he's got some really good stuff with his drones and with his other stuff, and like his camera and waterfalls and things. He's a cracking photographer around Dundee, Tayside, all that stuff. Hence the name. Oh, cardboard. I'm recording beside my bed, so I just kind of pile the junk up here. Oh wow. Oh. I think that's everyone. That's everything. Everyone, everything. Wow. This is actually a nice bag. Straight out of the bag, my first thing that I'm noticing, for me personally, doesn't make too much of a difference, but might make for some, is there's no shoulder pad at all for when you've got it around your neck. There's no shoulder pad to hold these two together. There is one here, but this is more like a grip pad, and also because you need to open it like that to actually open the tripod. It doesn't bother me personally. It might bother someone who does like long hill walks. That's not me. I'm too lazy for that. First impressions, looks pretty good actually, I'm not gonna lie. This feels heavier than my normal tripod, but this is what I like in a tripod. I don't want a light one, because I do like a fair amount of long exposures and night stuff, so you want your stuff to be pin sharp focus. You don't want the wind to be coming in, blowing it off and making a mess of everything. So I think a heavier tripod, personally for me, is better. I'm realising as I'm speaking that it's probably picking up all the rubbish that I'm taking off and ruining my voice. So this is the tripod. It feels nice. Good grips here for when I'm walking. I personally like that. My old tripod has the grips as well. This is good for holding while walking or stuff like that. The ball heads, I presume this kind of just does, yep, and then you tighten it like that. That's pretty good. I like the ball head, I think. This looks like it has a much nicer quick release plate than my current tripod. This swings about. That's quick. Okay, so that there was just a wee quick cut because my dad knocked on the door. He wants to see my tripod. He's a photographer as well. This is doing well so far. I like these. You unscrew these and it goes straight out. Screw it back in. Push it straight back. I like that. I think that's good. Now, I'm not sure how the mechanism at the top here works, but it looks like you might click this out. And then yeah, there it is. I know this can tilt round. So you just tilt that round and then the ball head would move. I will admit I quite like that. I think that was one of the features that really sold me on getting this tripod, because something like that I think is like an absolute brilliant idea. The ball head, I think, I had a quick look at this while I was off camera talking to my dad. Hold on, I'm trying to get this to work right. Am I doing this wrong? I think I am. I think I'm doing it right. Still getting used to it. Yes, so the ball head moves about like this. I think that's a good idea. Ball head's pretty good. So you put it into portrait. There's a wee dip just in here. I don't know if the camera will do it. The camera's going to focus on that. There's a wee dip, so when you want to do a portrait, you would just dip it in like that. It works pretty well. So I just had to look for my quick release plate for the top of the tripod. Started to get panicked, thinking, oh my god, it's not here. It was just in a separate compartment in the bag to make sure it was kept safe. It also looks like we've got the instruction manual here. Okay, it comes with some Allen keys and some spikes. I know the spikes are, you can stick them on the bottom of the legs. Just, I know the rubber feet can come off. So fairly standard quick release plate for modern stuff nowadays. You've got the typical twist lock mechanism which you put in, then it twists into the bottom of your camera, and I think the way that this works is it just hopefully, I think if I get it the right way that would help. I see what you have to do. You have to twist this and that opens it, allowing you to move the plate in. Is that in right? I'm not even sure. Twist it in. That is one very secure plate. That is, like, I'm putting some pressure on that. It's not moving out at all. I have to say that is very securely in. So, very, very good. Easy quick release out as well. Yeah, I have to say that's pretty good actually. No faults there with that quick release, but that is in and out nice and easy, no problems, no movement at all. So overall first impression straight out of the box, I would say this is a very good tripod. Maybe not if you're doing hill walking for example and you're having to go up high hills, but I would honestly have to say so far I'm impressed. Nothing personally for me which is wrong. The ball head might take a bit of getting used to because I'm not used to that. I'm used to the two different screws and things. So I'm going to go out and take some photos over the next couple of days, see how it gets on. I'm going to do some long exposures near water like a river, try it overnight, see how it does for night photography like light trails and things. I'll see how it is with the long lens. I've got the 70-200, that's quite heavy. I'll see how that does, and then I will get back to you and pop at the end of the video. So see you when I see you. Well, here I am 3 weeks later, after recording that last footage that you've just finished watching right there. I've been out with the tripod. It's been fantastic. I can't recommend it highly enough. I'll basically tell you why right now. Give it a second because I'm shit at this. So yeah, I've used it over the last couple of weeks, not as much as I would have liked to, and at first I had planned to only like get out over a few days and then get this footage recorded and then post it as quick as I could, not almost a month after buying the tripod, but work has been bad and also the weather has been bad, so I've not had much time to go out with it. But I've been out with it, I've used it a fair amount, I've enjoyed using it, and there's so much I can say about it, but so much I can't put into words about how good it is and all that stuff. So I'll get into that now, and I'll go through things I like, things I don't like, and show some examples of photos that I've taken with it. So here we go. So my first thing I want to point out is the ball head, which I think is a fantastic idea. It took me a bit of getting used to because I wasn't used to the ball head. I was used to the screw handles, so that was a bit weird kind of trying to get that right. I haven't used the spirit level on the camera as well as the tripod. I've seen a couple of people complain about not being able to see the spirit level if you tilt it like that to portrait, or like use the extendable middle column that comes out and goes to the side. Some people have said you can't really see it too well. I didn't find too much of a problem with that. My camera does have an inbuilt spirit level, so that helped a lot. But I can imagine if you are using it in a certain angle, you might struggle with that. So that could be a gripe. Another wee gripe of mine was the tripod bag strap. The bag is fantastic, it's padded well, it fits the tripod perfectly. The only problem I found with the strap was the little hook right at the top, so if you're holding it over your shoulder, sort of like that, I found this was kind of digging in a little bit on my shoulder. It wasn't too bad, just needed to sort of like move it around and adjust it a little bit to be more comfortable, and it wouldn't dig in as much. It would dig in every so often if you were getting into like an awkward position or whatever, but after a little bit of moving it was fine, and even if it was digging in a little bit you kind of got used to it, but it's not something you want to have to deal with if you're, say, hill walking or whatever. So the weight of the tripod I think is pretty good. Like, there's no complaints from me. It's not too heavy so that it gets like sore on your shoulder, but it's not too light so that it blows around in the wind when you're doing photos. Works well with my camera, the weight of my camera and lens, so it's kind of evenly balanced on both shoulders when I'm carrying the bags. Holds its ground when it's firm on the ground tripod. Even as a monopod, it's pretty weighed, so you're not like swaying around too much. You're pretty grounded when you're moving the camera around on the monopod. The legs of the tripod I think work fantastic. The little screws are brilliant for bringing out the legs. You don't need to screw them too far or too tight to keep them in. They're really sturdy, they really hold together. They're not just going to fall out randomly if you unscrew it too much. My only little problem that I found was just me being a bit clumsy, and one time I was unscrewing the monopod leg and accidentally just unscrewed the monopod and it fell out, and I didn't realise that I was unscrewing it and it just fell over. I was like, oh my god, what have I done? But that was just me being stupid. I can imagine you might have that problem if you like unscrew it too far, or if you're just not really paying attention and being kind of quick, but it's not really a big problem, I would say, because I'm not dropping it off a cliff or whatever, so it's fine. So for long exposures I would 100% recommend this tripod. It's sturdy, it holds its ground, it's not getting moved by the wind. Like, still objects are perfectly in focus, pin sharp, there's beautiful movement in the clouds. It's fantastic for long exposures, couldn't recommend it enough. I tried one with the central column out to the side. It was a little bit shaky trying to get it right, but if you get it very firm and get the legs planted right, it will work a treat and there'll be no blurring in it at all. So long exposures, perfect tripod for it in my opinion. Right, so now I think it's time to show off some of the photos that I've done with this tripod over the last couple of weeks. I'll put them up on screen roughly here, and then I'll put the settings up as well and I'll talk to you about them. So here we are. So the photo you've seen right now is of Linlathen East Iron Bridge. It's located in Clearwater Park in Dundee. This bridge is possibly the oldest surviving iron bridge in Scotland. People kind of differ on that opinion, but that's different history. It was recently restored after a lot of abandonment, basically. Nobody was using it and it fell apart. But they've restored it, it looks fantastic. And so this is it in all its glory. So for this I basically just put the tripod down, didn't extend the legs or anything, or the central column. I used the tripod spirit level at first just to see what it looked like, and then checked with the camera spirit level. They were both agreement, it was perfectly straight, all that. Then I whacked a 10 stop filter on, put on a long exposure, and this is the result. It looks fantastic. There's not too much movement in the clouds because it wasn't too windy, and you can see a little bit of movement in the water, but it's fantastic. I think it worked really well for this. It wasn't too windy, so there wasn't too much movement in the tripod or whatever, but it works really well. So the next couple of photos you're going to be seeing appearing on the screen right now are of two American Air Force helicopters / planes. The Osprey is what they're called. These took off from Lookers over in Fife, and to capture them basically tried out with a monopod because we were using a 600 lens. These are my dad's shots, by the way, they're not mine. I used a 200, they were really bad. But he used the 600 lens and the monopod from my tripod, and he thought it was fantastic. It kept his camera steady, there wasn't too much shaking or blurring or anything. He was able to move freely as well, and it was able to be extended to perfect eye level for him, so he wasn't crouched or trying on his tiptoes, he was perfect. So even the monopod, I think, for just if you're moving around following like a moving subject, say a plane or a race car, or maybe even a fast moving animal like a bird, it would be perfect for that, where you need a high shutter speed and you need to capture them pin sharp focus. So the next few shots you're seeing up on your screen are taken down at Culross in Fife, on the south coast of Fife. This is like a little kind of pier thing. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it's a pier, and at the end of it there's some sort of like old mining pit, I think it is. Basically, same again, I put the tripod down. I had to make sure it wasn't going to fall through the holes between the wood on the pier. It was a little bit windier down here because I was right by the sea, but the camera was firm, it didn't move at all, it kept its ground, and the images are fantastically pin sharp. Cannot complain at all. For one of them, I'll show it on screen right now, I extended the central column up and tilted it to the side to see how that would fare in the wind. Didn't move at all, again held its ground, was really good. I cannot recommend it enough for this kind of work. So in conclusion, I can't recommend this tripod enough. It's fantastic. It does exactly what it needs to do for long exposures and stuff like that. The monopod is brilliant, the ball head's fantastic after I got used to it. Everything about it, I cannot complain about anything within the actual tripod. It's brilliant. And that's really all I can say. Like, it's fantastic. If you're looking for a new tripod and you have the money to go for a Vanguard like this, I would 100% recommend it. I'm definitely going to be using this tripod for years to come, and there's not much I can say really. I love it, it's brilliant, and thank you for watching. So if you're interested in buying this tripod, please look in the description. I've linked to the Vanguard website directly so you can have a look at this tripod as well as any other tripods and camera gear that you might be looking into. I'm not sure, I'm definitely going to have a look at other Vanguard stuff to see what I can maybe get with them, but 100% recommend it. Definitely check out other Vanguard stuff if you're interested in this. You might want a carbon fibre tripod of this. It's probably going to be exactly the same, just a little bit lighter basically. So yeah, again, thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to like the video if you liked it, or dislike it if you disliked it, and leave some feedback in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe for more content. I've been Adam, thank you for watching.